And then, I had a story about you. And you got into a fight with some guy at an island.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It was like you got into a fight with some guy at an island.
Oh, no, that wasn't. That was this guy that was just out of prison.
That's the one.
Yeah,
That's
blue-eyed, Aryan, about 6'6", yeah.
Yeah, somehow, I heard the story from my platoon chief, and he said, he said, Roger Hayden's the toughest bastard alive. And I said, he goes, yeah, one time we're out at an island, and there's some guy in a bar, and he's, something happens, and you guys throw down, and apparently you guys had like a legit 5, maybe 10-minute fight.
It was terrible, yeah. So I walks in the bar, and I'm just sitting there, and this song kept playing, this Western, She Rides the Saddle, and da-da-da, on. Finally, I asked the bartender, God damn, can you play a different song? Guy turns it off, and this great big guy stands up, like I said, he had blonde hair, about 6'4", I think. Look, the steel blue eyes and stuff, and how come you turned that off? And the bartender pointed right to me. Well, he said to turn it off. And then the guy looks at me, and I went, I don't want to fight. It's just, you just don't get in fights. So I started walking out the door, going across the other bar, which is right across the street, like he wouldn't have followed me. So he follows me out the door. And I turned and looked at him, and I said, now he's going to follow me over there. We'll probably wind up fighting. So I jumped on one foot twice and hit him as hard as I could, right in the jaw, knocked him down. His head went like this and hit the wall, and the sumbitch stood right back up. And I went, holy shit, So anyway, we did about a 10-minute fight, and he actually never hit me one time because I was in really good shape, out an island, running, and you know what I mean. And so finally we squares off again, and I look at him, and he looks at me, and I'm covered in blood, but it's his blood dripping on me because I just kept, punching. If the guy had ever hit me, he'd have killed me. And he was fighting for fun. I was fighting for my life. That's the deal. So we squares off again, and finally I went, I'm not tired yet, and we can keep on fighting, or we can go across the street and have a beer. And he thought about it, and he says, well, let's go have a beer. Puts his arm around me, you're pretty tough for a little guy. And I'm almost crying, I'm going, God, thank God, Now, that's probably the toughest fight I've ever been in. That guy was Jesus. And then I found out he'd been in prison.
Yeah, that's what I was.
And that's what he did, is weightlifting, boxing. He was in prison.
Yeah,
how I got out of that, I'll never know, man.
That was the punchline. Was the dude just got out of prison and was a weightlifter and a boxer in prison.
That was
got worn out.
A few moments of excitement in that one.